Hey guys! Before this video starts, I just want to apologize if the editing is a little bit choppy this time around. This was initially supposed to come out a week ago, but your boy got COVID, and that really halted a few things. It would make me feel a whole lot better if you hit that like and smash the subscribe button. You know, as any other YouTuber says, subscribing is free, and all that jazz. But now, Buzz Lightyear. The man, the myth, the legend. The beloved Space Ranger is flopping in theaters, but I actually enjoyed it.
There's a star waiting in the sky. What the hell?
Let me go ahead and break the ice and say that this movie is pretty good. You know, it's kind of frustrating when people compare this movie to the Toy Story version of Buzz. I get that it's in the same universe, but I feel like you can't really compare these two because they're practically different characters and their objectives are not the same. Now, when this movie was first announced, a lot of people, including me, were kind of confused about what this movie actually was. Was it the story of the real-life Buzz in the Toy Story universe? Was it a movie that inspired the toy? Will it retcon the Buzz Lightyear and Star Command show? Or is it just a standalone adventure with the same character? The movie let you know right in the beginning that this is the movie that Andy watched. This is the movie that inspired the toy. And even though this is like a generic sci-fi film, I didn't mind it at all. Even though I was kinda hoping it would be a story on the real life Buzz Lightyear, it makes perfect sense why this would be a movie set in this Toy Story universe. So the main plot of the movie goes as follows. Buzz and the other Space Rangers are stuck on another planet, and they can't leave the planet without their Lightspeed crystal, or their main source of fuel. Over time, they get the formula for this new source of fuel, but they need to test it. Their first mission to test the crystal is a failure. And because of this, Buzz finds out that 4 years have passed and the people on the planet just start settling there. Buzz is mopey and depressed because of his failure to complete the mission. He's so hard on himself that he has nightmares about it. As any Space Ranger would, he tries again. And again. And again. And again. And again, and again, and again, and again, and again. You get the idea. Each time he tries, he fails. Each time he fails, 4 years are lost with no progress. Eventually it works, but his homegirl kicked the bucket, and it's 60 plus years in the future now. While all that was happening, Zurg was invading the planet, so it's up to Buzz and his ragtag group of recruits to stop him. Buzz is captured by Zurg because he wants the crystal. Eventually they defeat Zurg and they blow up Zurg's ship by using their Lightspeed crystal. The heroes return home and it's a happy ending all around. The end. Now let's talk about some things I liked about this movie. First off, the cinematography and the animation were outstanding. All the shots were beautiful and stunning to look at. I feel like Disney always steps up their game in animation when it comes to new movies, like with Turning Red, Encanto, and Soul. Now when it comes to casting and characters, in my honest opinion, I feel like Chris Evans really embodies the role of Buzz Lightyear. I feel like he did a really good job. And all the other supporting characters like Taika Waititi and Keke Palmer and such, they all play an amazing part in the movie and none of them feel like they're wasted. Now for the action in this movie, even though it was generic sci-fi movie action, there were definitely times in the theater where I was very tense. Most of the action scenes were very pleasing to look at due to the animation and cinematography, and they were thoroughly enjoyable from my part. The only thing that I was iffy about was Zurg. To be honest, I feel like Zurg didn't have to be a human under there. I would have liked it better if it was just a robot. With how the story was set up, I didn't mind Zurg being a person, but my overall gripe was that his voice was not deep enough for him to be menacing. Overall, I was really intrigued with this movie, and if it came on again, I would 100% watch. I'd say my initial rating for this film is an 8 out of 10.